Guided meditation, energy linking, the rock. Take a moment or two preparing yourself for this seated or lying meditation. You should be warm and comfortable in a position where you can remain still for the next quarter of an hour or so. Close your eyes and focus on your breath, breathing slowly and deeply without any element of strain. Breathing in peace, relaxation, and understanding. Breathing out any worries, doubts, and preoccupations. Now, with your eyes still closed, visualize yourself in a clearing in a forest. Listen in your mind to the sounds of the wind in the trees, bird song, perhaps the distant sound of running water from a river or waterfall nearby. You're sitting on a tree stump. Focus. In front of you, there's a large rock. It's been there for a very long time. Grass and bracken grow up around its base, and patches of moss and lichen cover areas of the surface. The rock is primarily brown-grey, but with veins of white and a reddish colour running through. Visualize that rock. Hold the image of it in your imagination. How did this solitary rock get here? Was there perhaps once a river valley running through this area, with the rock carried down by periodic floods over the years? Or, going even further back in time, it might have been deposited by a glacier, the ice moving slowly and relentlessly down through the gradually deepening valley. Picture that large rock gradually moving downwards from higher ground in the surrounding mountains. Visualize the power and strength of nature, permitting this movement to happen. Now, contemplate the detail of your visualized rock close up Think of the strength, the energy existing in it. On the surface, apparently an inanimate object, a lump of stone, but compositely, actual animation, life. Think of the energy of crystalline rocks, quartz crystal used in radio reception from early days. Think of the energy released from Himalayan salt, another form of quartz crystal. Focus on the rock. Send loving energy to this rock and feel in return a powerful reply. This is communication with the mineral world. Look closely at the surface of your imagined rock, at the lichens, mosses and plants growing on the exterior and in crevices. See the variety of plant life thriving confidently on an apparently alien surface. Where do the plants gain their nutrients to allow them to grow and flourish? How does this solid stone mass support life? It's a mystery, but it certainly does. Visualize the variety of vegetation growing on the rock, the range of colours, the tiny flowers, the multitude of different leaf shapes. Look even more closely at the plants. Can you visualize any insects or other forms of life moving around amidst the leaves? Perhaps feeding on them or on the microorganisms attached to the plants. Visualize this microcosm there in your mind's eye. The animal kingdom, supported by the vegetable kingdom and nurtured by the mineral kingdom, and all represented on this one rock. Ponder on this for a moment. Now draw your gaze back slightly to see the rock, by now your close companion, sitting in the centre of the clearing. See the tranquility of the surroundings. See how peaceful the setting, how gently the rock sits within this setting. It feels no stresses or strains. It has no desire to become a bigger or more influential rock. It just exists in the moment, as it has for innumerable previous moments, and as it will for other innumerable moments looking forward. We can all learn from the energy, the fortitude, the resoluteness of that rock. So, while you're studying this rock, what do you think it might weigh? It's probably very heavy, front of you, but it just sits there, not concerned about how heavy it is. You might think of wrapping your arms around it and trying to lift it, but there's no way that you could ever lift it off the ground. You might look at your rock and think, that rock, my rock companion, looks awfully heavy, but it's just sitting there. It doesn't feel that it's awful in any way. You might think its weight is a problem. But if you're not trying to lift it, what does its weight matter? And why should you want to pick it up? Now, think of the worries, doubts, and preoccupations that you were breathing out in the early stages of this meditation. They only become concerns, leading to overlying stresses and headaches, if you choose to pick them up and carry them just like the rock. But why do you need to pick them up? Consider these preoccupations by all means, but don't feel that you have to carry them around with you. Consider them just as you pondered on the state of the rock, but then let them go. Concerns only become heavy if you try to carry them around with you, so don't. Consider them, then let them go. Many of them won't happen anyway, and many of the others you'll have no influence over, however much you try to bear their weight. So don't become attached. Observe, but don't manipulate. Ponder on this as you sit and consider your rock and any preoccupations one final time. So anytime you're walking in the landscape in the future and see a large rock sitting there, think about its importance, its strength, and its role in the broader picture of life. And think of the lessons which it, like your own visualized companion rock, can teach you. And if you ever visit a stone circle, such as Avebury, the Cheese Ring, or Castle Rig, among many others, think of the extra energy, the power and the presence which these bodies of enlightened stone formations can bring to your meditations. Think of the power of stone, the life within the stone. And now it's time to return again to your normal state, leaving the stone once more alone in your visualized forest glade. Focus again on your breathing. Breathing in and out more consciously. You are at peace. Leave your concerns, your preoccupations behind in that forest glade. You are at one with the world. And when you're ready, open your eyes once more and stretch your body to get the circulation flowing normally again. Your special stone salutes you once more. Thank you.